to our show.
We are thrilled you can make it to our production of Cinderella.
Cinderella? Shiver me timbers, we're not doing Cinderella.
But I was looking forward to watching her walk the plank.
No, let's see the record straight for this lovely audience. Today's production is Peter Pan.
All the music was written by that pirate sitting right there, Bob Nichols. Please keep the aisles clear as we will be using them throughout the entire play. And you wouldn't want to get eaten by a crocodile.
Please turn off. Also, please turn off all cell phones or we'll make you walk the plank. Ha ha! There are so many people we would like to thank.
That would take hours. However, we'd like to give a shout out to Julie Remley for spending the past 2 weeks fixing up the lighting and teaching us how to use it.
Okay, let's get on with the play so we can get back to the Jolly Roger.
Please refer to your program to see how many it takes to put on a production like this.
We hope you enjoy the show, mates.
All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up, and the way Wendy knew was this. One day, when she was like 2 years old, she was playing in a garden, and she plucked a flower for her mother and ran with it. Mrs. Darling put her hand over her heart and cried, "Oh, why can't you remain like this forever? Oh!" Of course, they lived at 14, their house number on their street, and until Wendy came, her mother, Mrs. Darling, was the chief one. She was a lovely lady with a romantic mind. Mr. Darling, her husband, was one of those deep ones who know about stocks and shares. Wendy was born first, then John, then Michael. For a week or two after Wendy came, it was doubtful whether they would be able to keep her, as she was another mouth to feed.
Now don't interrupt. I've got £1.17 here and 2.6 at the office. I can cut my coffee at the office, say 10 shillings, but I still don't know if we can afford to keep Wendy.
Of course we can, George.
There's the same excitement over John, and Michael had an even nearer squeak. But both were kept, and soon you might have seen the 3 children going in a row to Miss Folsom's kindergarten school, accompanied by their nurse, Nana the dog. Nana took very good care of those children.
Look! I don't want to take a bath. Look!
The neighbors say about us. I wonder what the neighbors say about us. Having a dog is our children's nurse. That dog doesn't have enough respect for me.
I know she admires you tremendously, George.
I'll know again, uneasy feeling at times when she looks upon our children as her own. I demand that dog sleeps outside instead of in the children's nursery.
George, dear, don't be silly. We have to get ready for the party tonight.
But this tie will not tie, not around the bedpost, yes, but not around my neck. And if this tie does not tie, we will not go to the party. And if I don't go to the party, I'll not go to the office. And if I don't go to the office, you and I will starve and our children will be thrown into the streets.
Time passes endlessly, the planets march eternally. Round, round, so quietly, to the beat of the sky, simply Every day it's the same old grind. Barely make enough to get by. Gotta get to work on time. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Live our lives by the clock. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Work so hard and never stop.
Hard to find peace, can't let it be. Pressure, stress, get to me. Can't recall how I used to be. Caught up in anxiety.
Work, work, no time for play. Work, 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 every day. Mouths to feed, bills to pay. Tough decisions must be made. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Live our lives by the clock. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Work so hard it never stops. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Live our lives by the clock. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Work so hard it never stops. Tick tick tock, tick tock, 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 tick tick tock. Live our lives by the clock. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Work so hard it never stops. Tick tock, tick tick tock. Live our lives by the clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Work so hard it never stops.
Come with me, dear, where the light is better, and I will help you. Oh, how I wish I wasn't going to a party tonight.
Why, dear?
I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right. I worry about leaving the children.
There's something in the air, something that I'm missing. I just got a feeling I'm not strange premonition. Maybe I should stay, make sure everything's okay. Stay with my babies tonight. Make sure everything's alright. There's something in the air, a strange premonition that something isn't right. A mother's intuition. I hear a sound from far away, like a distant memory. Another time, another place. Should I say? There's something in the air, a strange premonition that something isn't right. A mother's intuition that something isn't right. A mother's intuition.
They'll be fine.
Mrs. Darling first heard of Peter Pan when she was tidying up her children's minds. It is a nightly custom of every good mother, after her children are asleep, to rummage in their minds and put things straight for the next morning, the many articles that have wandered during the day.
Wendy had explained to Mrs. Darling that Peter Pan often came to visit her in the night and play his pipes for her. She said that he would come in through the window, but Mrs. Darling didn't believe her at first.
One night, Peter Pan had left without his shadow, so it was only a matter of time before he'd be back to retrieve it. Peter Pan would return this night, The same night, Mr. and Mrs. Darling would be out at the party.
Tinkerbell! Tink! Where are you? Oh, do come out and tell me. Do you know where they put my shadow? Wow!
Boy, why are you crying?
What's your name?
Wendy Nora Angela Darling. What's your name?
Peter Pan.
Is that all?
Yes?
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Where do you live?
Second star to the right and then straight on till morning.
That's a funny address.
No, it isn't.
Well, I mean, is that what they put in the letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother sends letters.
Don't have a mother.
Oh, Peter, no wonder you were crying.
Oh, I wasn't crying about mothers. I was crying because I can't get my shadow to stick on. Besides, I wasn't crying.
I shall so adopt you, my little man. I dare say this shall hurt a little.
Oh, I shan't cry.
All right.
How clever I am! Oh, the cleverness of me!
You braggart, as if I did nothing.
You did a little, I guess.
How old are you?
I don't know, but I am quite young. I ran away the day I was born. It was because I heard father and mother talking about what I was to be when I became a man. I don't ever want to be a man. I want always to be a little boy and to have fun. So I ran away to the Kensington Gardens and lived a long time among the fairies.
Fairies? Oh, do tell me more about these fairies.
You see, Wendy, when the first baby laughed for the first time, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they all went skipping about, and that was the beginning of fairies. The problem is, children know such a lot now, and they soon don't believe in fairies. And every time a child says, I don't believe in fairies, there's a fairy somewhere that falls down dead. Hey, where is Tinks? I can't think where she's gone to.
Peter, you don't mean to tell me that there's a fairy in this very room.
I think I shut her in the dresser.
You silly donkey.
Real life fairy, I'm so happy I shall give you a kiss, Peter. Ow!
I'm sorry. She's a common fairy and can be quite naughty.
You silly donkey.
Peter, where do you really live?
With the Lost Boys in Neverland.
Who are the Lost Boys?
They're the children who fall out of their strollers when the nurses look in the other way. If they're not cleaned in 7 days, they're sent far away to the Neverland and afraid of expenses. I'm captain.
What fun it must be.
Yes, but we are rather lonely. You see, we have no female companionship and no one to tell us stories.
How perfectly awful. I know lots of stories.
Ooh, do you know the one about the prince who couldn't find the lady who wore the glass slipper?
That was Cinderella, and he found her, and they lived happily ever after. Where are you going?
To tell the other boys how the story ends.
Don't go, Peter. I know such lots of stories.
Wendy, do come with me and tell the other boys. Come with me. You never know what you might see. Fairies, mermaids, and pirates. You and me. Come to a place in the stars where we can be free. Far away to a place where we can live happily. Come with me, we could fly away. Come with me, we could tell us stories of long ago. You could be the mother we've never known. Oh, come with me, we could fly away. Come with me, we could live forever. Take you to the clouds, to the stars. Hold my hands. Come and meet my friends in Neverland. Oh, come with me, we could fly away. Come with me, we could be forever. In the sky, way up high, we could fly. Come with me, we could fly away.
Oh dear, I can't. Think of Mommy. And besides, I can't fly.
I could teach you. And Wendy, there are mermaids.
Mermaids?
And pirates. Pirates, how exciting. You could tuck us in at night.
Oh, sounds fun. Peter, would you teach John and Michael to fly too?
If you like.
Wake up! Peter Pan is coming. He is to teach us how to fly.
Then I shall get up.
Hello. I'm up too.
How do you fly?
You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts, and they lift you up in the air. And this fairy dust will help you too.
Look at me! Look at me!
Follow me to Neverland. you like, we'll go down and kill him. Perhaps it's Captain Hook.
Why is he called Captain Hook?
He has an iron hook for a right hand because I cut it off and threw it to a crocodile.
They're shooting at us!
Come this way!
Wendy, follow me this way and I'll lead you up. Where are we? Silly donkey. Look, a great-winged bird. What kind of bird is it?
Poor Wendy. Poor Wendy.
I remember. There are birds called Wendy.
Peter wants you to shoot the Wendy.
Let us do what Peter wishes. Quick, bows and arrows.
Out of the way, Tinks! Silly donkey.
This is no bird. I think this must be a lady.
A lady? Then we have killed her. Now I see. Peter was bringing her to us.
Only to take care of us last, and you killed her.
I did it. When ladies used to come to me in dreams, I said, pretty mother, pretty mother. But when at last she really came, I shot her.
Don't you? Don't.
I must. I'm so afraid of Peter. Peter!
Greetings, boys. I am back. Why do you not cheer? Great news, boys. I have brought at last a mother for you all. She's dead! Whose arrow?
Mine, Peter.
Oh, dastard hand!
Strike, Peter. Strike true.
I cannot strike. There's something stains my hand. It is she, the Wendy lady. See her arm, it moves.
The Wendy lady lives.
Listen to Tink. She is crying because the Wendy lives. It was Tink who told us to shoot her.
Listen, Tinkerbell. I am your friend no more. Be gone from me forever.
Please, Peter, you can't do this. Not forever.
Well, not forever, but for a whole week.
Where am I?
You're in Neverland. We are your children. Oh, Wendy lady, be our mother.
Aren't I? It's frightfully fascinating, but you see, I'm only a little girl and have no real experience.
That doesn't matter. What we need is just a nice, elderly person.
Someone to tuck us in at night and tell us bedtime stories.
Very well. I shall do my best. Come inside at once, you naughty children. I'm sure your feet are down. But before bed, I have just time to finish the story of Cinderella.
Yo ho ho, the pirate's life, the flag of fallen bones. A merry hour, a hempen rope, and hey, Davy Jones. Put back that pistol. The sound of gunshots would have brought Tiger Lily's Indians upon us. I want that Peter Pan. 'Twas he who cut off my arm. I've waited long to shake his hand with this. Oh, I'll tear him. Peter flung my arm to a crocodile that happened to be passing by.
I have often noticed your strange dread of crocodiles.
Not of crocodiles, but of that one crocodile. It liked my arm so much, Smee, it has followed me ever since, from sea to sea and from land to land, licking its lips for the rest of me.
In a way, it's sort of a compliment.
I want no such compliment. I want Peter Pan, who first gave the brute its taste for me. Smee, that crocodile would have had me before this, but by a lucky chance, it swallowed a claw.
children often spent long summer days at the Mermaid's Lagoon playing mermaid games in the water. You must not think from this that the mermaids were on friendly terms with them. It was quite the contrary.
It was one such day, and Peter Pan, Wendy, John, and Michael were all on Marooner's Rock in the lagoon. There were many stories of evil pirate captains putting sailors on this rock and leaving them there to drown. They drown when the tide rises, for then it is submerged.
Peter had ordered them all to dive into the water when they heard the pirates approaching. They about drew nearer. It was a pirate digging 3 figures in her, Smee and Starkey. The third, a captive, no other than Tiger Lily, from the Pickaninny tribe. She was to be left on the rock to perish.
Hoist her onto the rock and we'll leave her here to drown. This is your reward for prowling around the ship with a knife and rope. Not sad.
Ahoy there, you lubbers!
It is Captain Hook. He must be swimming out to us.
Set Tiger Lily free!
I agree with him. But, Captain,
Cut her bonds or I'll plunge my hook in you!
better do what the captain orders. Captain knows best.
Where is the Indian?
We let her go. 'Twas your own orders. You called across the water to us to let her go.
Brimstone and gall! What cheating is going on here? Lads, I gave no such order. Spirit that haunts this dark lagoon tonight, dost hear me?
Odds, bobs, hammers, and tongs, I hear you!
Who are you, stranger? Speak.
I am James Hook, captain of the Jolly Roger.
If you are Hook, come tell me, who am I?
A codfish, only a codfish.
A codfish?
Have we been captained all this time by a codfish? It is lowering to our pride.
It's got to be Peter Pan. Take him, dead or alive.
The Lost Boys returned to shore, and the tail of a kite carried Wendy back to safety. Peter Pan was injured in the battle that ensued with Captain Hook, and became stranded on the rock.
The tide was rising, and Peter Pan could neither fly nor swim due to his wounds. Peter was afraid at last, but then, suddenly, his courage returned.
To die would be an awfully big adventure.
Steadily, the waters rose till they were nibbling at his feet. Not long before Peter would have drowned, which would have made my job a lot easier. The Never Bird delivered her nest to Peter so he could float ashore in it. Yippee!
Peter, I'm so happy you have returned.
There was once a gentleman.
I had rather he had been a lady.
I had rather he had been a white rat.
Quiet. There was a lady also. The gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and the lady's name was Mrs. Darling.
I knew them.
I think I knew them.
They had 3 descendants.
What are descendants?
Descendants are children.
Anyways, these 3 children had a faithful nurse called Nana. Nana was a dog, and Mr. Darling was angry with her, so he chained her up in the yard, and so the children flew away to the Neverland, where the lost children are.
Oh, Wendy, was one of the lost children called Toodles?
Yes, he was. Now hush. I would like you to consider the unhappy feelings of the parents with their children all flown away.
Think of the empty beds. The children and their dog must miss each other so. It's awfully sad. I don't see how it can have a happy ending.
Have so much to be thankful for with all that I have. How could I ask for more? But every night I lie awake and wonder where my babies have gone. So I'm sending out a wish, sending out a prayer, sending out a wish to my baby still out there. A wish, a prayer, send it through the air. A wish, a prayer, send it through the air. A wish, a prayer, send it through the air. A wish, a prayer, send it through the air. I wish that things could be the way they used to be, and every night, lying here so close to me, and still see their faces in my memory, and hear their voices in my dreams. But I still remember the children I have lost, taken from me, and I was left alone. A prayer, send it through the air. A wish, a prayer, send it through the air. Sending out a wish, sending out a prayer, sending out a wish to my baby still out there. Sending out a wish, sending out a prayer, sending out a wish to my baby still out there. To come back home to me. A prayer, send it through the air. A wish, a prayer, come home. A wish, a prayer, come home. A wish, a prayer, come home.
If you knew how great is a mother's love, you would have no fear. For you see, our heroine knew that the mother would always leave the window open for her children to fly back into. So they stayed away for years and had a lovely time until the 3 children, Wendy, John, and Michael, returned to the mommy and daddy, and no words could describe the happy scene. What is it, Peter? Are you in pain?
Wendy, you were wrong about mothers. Long ago, I thought like that my mother would always leave the window open for me. So I stayed away for moons and then flew back. But the window was barred, for Mother had forgotten all about me. And there was another little boy sleeping in my bed.
Not all mothers are like that.
Wendy, let us go home.
Yes.
Not tonight.
At once. Perhaps Mother is in mourning by this time. Peter, will you make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish it.
We shan't let her go. Let's keep her prisoner. Yes!
I'd chain her up. The first who does not behave to Wendy like an English gentleman, I will flood him severely.
Tinkerbell will take you across the sea. I'll go wake her.
Dear ones, if you come with me, I feel almost sure I can get Mother and Father to adopt you.
We have everything we need right here. Everything we believe right here. There's magic in the air out here. How could we ever leave from here? All the good times we spent with each other, we're all lost boys with no mother. We came here long ago. Neverland's the only place we've known. I need a mother's love, someone to call my own. A mother's love, something I've never known. A mother's love, tuck me in at night. A mother's love, make everything alright. I can see her in my dreams at night. Hear her voice, it sounds so right. I've been missing her all my life. Mother's love, something I never know. Mother's love, someone to call my own. She would teach me the ways of life. She would be someone who would listen. 'Cause the one thing I've been missing, a mother's love, tucked me in at night. A mother's love, make everything alright.
Peter, can we go?
All right.
And now, Peter, I'm going to give you your medicine before you go. Get your things, Peter.
I'm not going with you, Wendy.
Yes, Peter.
No.
Peter isn't coming.
If you find your mothers, I hope you will like them. Now then, no fuss, no blubbering. Goodbye.
You will remember to take your medicine.
Yes. Are you ready, Tinkerbell?
Aye, aye.
Then lead the way.
this moment, the pirates attacked the Pickaninny tribe who were guarding and protecting the lost children. Because the Pickaninnies were caught off guard, they were ruthlessly massacred.
It was well known among Peter and the Lost Boys that when the Pickaninnies won a battle, they beat their tom-tom drum. The pirates were well aware of this ritual too. So when they won the fight, the pirates beat on the drum to lure the children to them.
As soon as the children heard the drums, they emerged from the underground home and were captured by the pirates and carried off to their ship, the Jolly Roger. Peter Pan was unaware that any of this happened because he was fast asleep.
I thought I'd find him here. 5 drops of poison will kill Peter Pan.
Let me in, Peter.
What is it, Tink?
The pirates have captured all the lost children and Wendy.
I'll rescue her. But first, my medicine.
No, it's poisoned.
Poisoned? Who could have poisoned it?
Look.
Don't be silly. How could Hook have got down here? Why, Tink, how dare you drink my medicine? What's the matter with you?
It was poisoned and now I'm going to be dead.
Oh, Tink, did you drink it to save me?
Yes, you silly donkey. The only way I can get well is if children believe in fairies.
We shan't let Tinks die.
That's a splendid idea.
Yes, I agree, dear sister. You must now return to that desolate home from which the three of our characters had taken heartless flight so long ago. Seems a shame to have neglected number 14 all this time.
Slimy, we're all gonna be flogged if we continue arguing like this.
I wonder who walked the plane tonight. Whoever it is, Davy Jones locked out the bomb they go to.
Someone's got to feed the fish.
If that's not be me, I will tell you of this comfort. Comfort is living such a sweet food.
Well, blow me down. He best snap out of it soon. What's he got to be so upset about? He captured some prisoners.
You best hang those prisoners from the yard. Maybe there's a storm brewing with that Peter Pan plan.
Well, then batten down the hatches.
My hour of triumph has arrived. Peter Pan has been removed forever from my path. The lost children are about to walk the plank. Fame, fame, that glittering bauble is mine. So why do I feel so somber? Too much ambition, and I have no little children to love me.
I've sailed the 7 seas. I've been around and seen it all. Oh, a pirate's life is right for me.
I fought and won many battles. I've read too many books. I lost my hands to a crocodile. That's why they call me Captain Hook. I tried to be all that I could be, but a pirate's life is right for me. Sailed the mighty ocean, we've sailed the 7 seas.
Oh, Jolly Roger, we've conquered our
enemies. Oh, a pirate's life is right for me. Oh, a pirate's life is right for me. Oh, no one loves me. Nobody cares. The clock is ticking. My time is near. It just isn't fair. Life isn't fair. This is my day of triumph. To the skull and bones we thank. So bring the prisoners out here to me. It's time for Johnny Blank. Oh, a pirate's life is right. Oh, a pirate's life is right. Oh, a pirate's life is right for me. Oh, a pirate's life is right for me.
6 of you are to walk the plank tonight. Which of you is it to be? The crocodile, hide me!
How clever of me.
It's gone, Captain.
save you now, Missy.
There's one.
Who's that?
Peter Pan the Avenger.
Proud and insolent youth, prepare to meet thy doom.
Dark and sinister man, down with thee.
Ha ha ha, that was bad form, Peter Pan. I waited a long time for that. But I never heard the ticking.
The battery in your watch has died.
Victory at last.
Keaton, it really is time for us to be returning home. Mommy and Daddy are waiting.
Yeesh. Captain Hook thinks he owns the whole show. Yeesh. Our characters were supposed to go home before this. Now we must return to that stupid home. Number 14.
Shall we read the story until the children arrive home safely?
That's a splendid idea.
Yes, agreed.
When the children flew away, Mr. Darling felt in his bones that all the blame was his for having chained Nana up, and that from first to last, she had been wiser than he.
In the bitterness of his remorse, he swore that he would never leave the kennel until his children came back. Very touching was his deference to Nana. He would not let her come into the kennel, but in all other matters, followed her wishes implicitly. Every morning, Nana's kennel was carried with Mr. Darling in it to a cab, which brought him to his office, and then he returned the same way at 6.
Something of the strength of character of the man will be seen if we remember how sensitive he was to the opinion of neighbors. This man, whose every movement now attracted surprise attention.
Inwardly, he must have suffered torture, but he preserved a calm exterior even when the young criticized his little home. And he always lifted his hat, courteously, to any lady who looked inside.
There it is!
I wish my days would come home. I miss them so.
Let us slip into our beds and be there when she wakes up.
My children in their beds. These dreams haunt me so. I wish they'd stop.
Hello, Wendy, and goodbye.
Won't you stay, Peter Pan?
Would you send me to school?
Yes.
And then to an office?
I suppose so.
Soon I would be a man?
Very soon.
Please stay here forever. Stay and grow, become a man. We all could be together. Please stay if you can. Let's grow up together. Grow to be a woman and a man. Let's stay together. Please stay if you can. Take my hand. Stay my friend. Please stay here forever. Please stay if you can. Have to go back to my home in Neverland. Have to go. Come with me, we'll be together. Have to go. Don't wanna grow to be a man. Wanna stay just as I am. Have to go. Back to my home in Neverland. Back to the place where I belong. Have to go. Come with me, we'll live forever. Have to go. Know I'll always be with you. Know that I will remember you. Have to go. Back to the stars and to the sun, where I can be forever.
May I please go with him, Mommy?
Certainly not. I've got you home and I mean to keep you.
But he does still need a mother.
So do you, my love. So do you.
Goodbye, Peter Pan.
Bye, Peter.
right, so there's a whole bunch of people I want to thank, but first, if all my helpers could come forward. All my helpers, these are all the people behind the scenes, backstage, lighting, they built the set, supplied all the props, did choreography, did all the behind the scenes stuff. They're volunteers, most of them are teenagers, so, this is their summer vacation. So let's give them another round of applause. And then I'd like to also thank Apple Tree Arts for providing a lot of the costumes. I'd like to thank Julie Remley, who has fixed up a lot of the lighting and taught us how to use it. She spent the last 2 weeks, and I don't think she's in here right now, but yeah, so thank you, Julie. Thank you, Barry Hall, for helping out on the sound. I want to thank Caroline and Doug Scott. Caroline did a lot of the artwork, the book, the easel. Doug helped build the window. And then also Charlotte Eckler and Brett Niver, who also helped with the window. And it took hours, so they did a lot of, many hours behind the scenes. I also want to thank Bob. He wrote 5 new songs for this show. Probably many months of work, writing the music. So I also want to thank Donna Shalali, who has been with us for 10 years. Her 3 kids have come through the program. Her youngest is now graduating from the cast. She's one of the 13-year-olds, Kendra. And then Marin, her oldest, has been a helper, did all the choreography, so she worked very hard. And Donna is always lugging things back and forth. She loads a bunch of stuff here. I say, oh yeah, we don't need that, and she brings it back. So for the past 10 years, you have helped tremendously, Donna. And now, if we could have all the 13-year-olds in our cast, they age out of the program at 13. They can be helpers, though, after that. But so these amazing individuals have, brought so much energy to our program, some for the last 6 or 7 years. They've just been a joy to work with. So thank you for being in our shows. I hope you come back as helpers in the future, but you have been amazing to have in our cast. So we just have a few things for you. Okay, so the first one is Kendra Shalali. Angela Niver. Phoebe, we got 2 here. Phoebe Bates. Matthew Allington. Alexis Lochte. And Lauren Scott. So thanks again for coming to the show.
Jen and Bob, we love you so much. Thank you. You are amazing. You mean so much to this community. And we just want to say thank you. So the families of the cast and crew have put together a nice dinner gift certificate. It's not wine, sorry to disappoint you. It's a gift certificate, $150 dinner night out at Uxlow Cow, one of your favorites.